Hello everyone, Jeff the Green Review here. Let's talk about what to do with hollow tree trunks. First, it's a good idea to consult a licensed arborist to have them determine the best long-term care for the tree. Hollow trees can become a hazard, so don't delay in getting appropriate care for the tree. One of the things to consider is, why does the tree have a hollow spot, and are there any other spots developing? Another thing to consider is whether or not the hollow area is expanding due to insects, decay organisms, or large animals. Only a paper-thin layer of tissue under the bark is live wood in a tree trunk. The outer bark in a tree trunk is dead, and the inner wood is also dead. As we know, dead stuff decays. The decay organisms found in tree trunks are mostly fungi and insects. It would seem that by filling the empty space in the tree trunk with expanding foam or concrete, we could prevent the fungi and insects from decaying more dead wood in the trunk. Unfortunately, what will really happen is that these materials will trap moisture in the cavity and allow the decay organisms to work sight unseen. Even expanding foam will not really seal all of the nooks and crannies of the cavity. As the tree flexes in the wind, gaps will develop between the foam or concrete and inside of the cavity. Fungi and insects will survive in these empty spaces and enlarge them as they desire. Cavities in your teeth are treated differently than cavities in a tree trunk. Teeth are hard and rigid, so materials that are hard and rigid can be used to fill the cavities. Tree trunks are soft and flexible, so using a rigid material to fill a tree cavity will cause problems. Also, the dentist will first remove any soft, decayed material and then treat the area to prevent any more decay. Trees are alive, and they try to seal off the area of a wound, such as where the branch was cut off, releasing chemicals that prevent decay organisms from growing. Sometimes this works, and sometimes it doesn't. Animals may enlarge the hole, and that can allow decay organisms past the tree's defenses. Using a rigid fill material like concrete not only hides the decay organisms, but it also creates an inflexible area in the tree trunk that can cause problems for the tree that would cause it to break at that point. Concrete will eventually crack and allow water and decay organisms into the cavity. It's also impossible to install the concrete upwards in the hole, so it's above the entrance to the cavity. Drilling a hole above the cavity to pour in the concrete damages and weakens the trunk even more. Eventually, the tree will need to be cut down, and it will be harder to cut up with concrete in the trunk. So what's the best thing to do? Leave the cavity open so you can monitor it. Pull out any loose rotting material by hand and not by scraping it out with tools that could damage the chemical barrier the tree has built inside the cavity. If you see harmful insects such as carpenter ants or termites, then apply an insecticide. You can spray a fungicide in the hole to kill any fungi. And last, follow your arborist's advice on care for the tree, such as protecting the tree's root system from damage. And this is Jeff with the Green Review. Thanks for watching.